always sticking their noses in the wrong places.
Hey, Joe, don't go ahead, man. Give me some cop talk, man. You know I love cop talk.
Look out for the guy, Charlie. He's A&D.
A&D? What's that? Arrested and detained?
I'd like to introduce you to one of my coworkers, Keith. Keith, this is Cindy. This is Fader. Keith, he's one of the few other brothers at the bank. He's real good at his job. I learned a lot from him. Although I will admit his social skills leave a lot to be desired. You know, I had given serious thought to becoming a dog again. I'm sick of the games. All these women out here want material things. What a man can do for them, not what a man is about. Maybe the two of us should get together and call it a day.
Oh, yeah, right. You forget we know each other too well.
This is true. This is true, yeah.
Well, hello. I'm Laura.
Well, I'm Steve.
Hi, Steve. I saw you sitting here alone. I thought maybe you could use the company.
Well, you thought correctly.
So, tell me, what do you do?
I beg your pardon?
Where do you work?
I'm a manager at McDonald's.
Can I help you, sir?
You're not a doctor. I need to see a doctor.
What's wrong with you?
Does it look like anything's wrong with me?
I don't know.
Look, my stupid friends dropped me off. They say I need to see a doctor.
What for?
I got in a fight. What you care for?
Because I'd like to help you, sir. But if I don't know what's wrong with you, I can't help you now, can I?
You damn right you can't.
Sir? Hey, wait a minute. Doctor! No, just follow, sir.
Hunting knives.
Mr. Morrow, how are you feeling?
I don't know. I'm a little tired.
Okay, you'll be fine. You just stay right down there. You just walked in?
Just walk in.
Did someone drop him in? What?
This trauma team's been paged, and I've got radiology right on the way right now.
Good. Let's get some big bore IVs in right now. Draw lab studies.
They start moving in on the patient to start the IVs, etc. When he backs back up off the gurney, he goes,
The back.
I don't feel anything.
You've got a knife sticking out of your back. Look, you have to trust me.
Trust you?
Yes,
You
please.
killed my mama. You see, that's why you drain her bank account. Every penny of it. No, all the doctors are all the same.
No.
it looked like a big knife. And so we were very worried that this was a big knife that went very deep.
Trust you?
Yes.
Dr. Ed Panacek has a patient in denial.
No, all the doctors are
Sir, you have a life-threatening injury.
The man, Greg Morrow, seems convinced the doctor's lying to him.
Mr. Morrow, will you please let us help you?
No, help me. Help me. You have my mouth. Help me get my wallet and my money.
Where the hell's the trauma team? Where's the trauma team?
But the rest of the team comes from the inpatient trauma surgical service. They're not always in the emergency department, and they swoop in.
All right, everyone slow down. Just calm down. Hold your horses.
And the surgery chief says,
What's going on with the doctor? Well, apparently this gentleman has a knife sticking out of his back. See? And Mr. Morrow here was a
Get away from me now. Wait. What are you doing? You better stay away from me. I'm going to sue you for assault. I know my rights.
he's getting a little hostile about it. The trauma team's a little bit taken aback by that, and they're not quite sure what to do. So I step in, I go,
What exactly happened to you?
I was at a bar with some friends and somebody hit me in the back.
You know where you are now?
I'm at a hospital, dude.
Look, this knife could have punctured your lungs, could have cut major blood vessels, could even have hit your heart. And you could be bleeding internally right now.
You keep saying I got a knife in my back, but I don't feel nothing. I can't see nothing. If you prove it to me, I'm leaving.
Throw it to
Oh, how much is that going to cost?
Look, I'll pay for it, all right? Can we get an x-ray in here, please?
Dr. Panacek is doing everything he can to convince patient Greg Morrow that there's a knife in his back. But his patient's denial is still absolute.
See it!
if it would have been sticking out of the front of him, he just looked at it, he'd see it, and it'd be the end of that discussion.
I can't see it. You're wasting my time.
Time is a critical factor here, and you've got to be moving pretty quickly. There's this concept of the golden hour in trauma. You've got 1 hour to catch the life-threatening injuries and do something about them before the patient deteriorates too much.
You realize you're sweating profusely? This is the first stages of shock?
And that is shot.
Okay, hang on. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. You got it? You see that?
I can't see it.
Okay, look, here, under the light. Can you see that now?
Dude, I can't see it.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Bring him over here. Mr. Morrow, please come over here. Careful.
Oh,
Moving. Be careful. Okay. Do you see the knife now?
Yeah, it looks like a knife, all right, but y'all could be faking it, man.
What? You think I'm faking this?
If it means me having to plow with my money, yes, I do.
Oh. This is your back, Mr. Morrow. This is a knife. This is a knife in your back, Mr. Morrow. You could die right this moment. Now.
Okay, so take it out. Just pull it out.
I can't just pull it out now. You could die right here. You have to get up to the operating room where they can do it safely.
I think he's seen too many movies where cowboys are shot with arrows and they just pull it out, you know, in the wagon train.
See, I know what you doctors do. You cut open my guts and you charge me $20 for an aspirin. Jeez. Now, you know
I can't believe this. What are you talking about?
I have to believe. I believe it. I'm sick of you lying scum. I'm out of here.
Mr. Morrow, please.
Legally, a doctor can't force a patient to accept treatment.
Believe me, he won't get far.
By then, he's starting to wobble a bit, and he's not looking so good.
Mr. Morrow?
Leave me alone.
We felt we were a little bit between a rock and a hard place.
Get away from me.
They're ready and waiting and willing to do exactly the right thing, what needs to be done, and yet they can't do it, and that's a frustrating feeling. So he's looking less and less steady on his feet.
Mr. Morrow.
Get away from me, you loser. Stop fleecing me.
Mind if I walk you home?
You let my mama drive. You did it when you let my mama drive. And y'all was nothing but vultures and you took all her money.
All right, let's get him back inside. Someone get the gurney. Get the gurney. All right. I get it, pal. You're all mine now.